day Procter & Gamble comes, average salary offered by this company is 10 lakhs. Next day Hindustan Lever comes, average salary income 12 lakhs, your happiness disappears. Yesterday you were celebrating with 5-star chocolates, today you are so depressed because your classmates got a higher salary than you yesterday. This is the competitive world in which you live. There is too much of competition there, thanks to Michael Porter. Too much of competition. Why would I cut the legs of my neighbor to succeed in my life? God has given such a beautiful word. Isa was in Upanishad's first sentence, Isa was Simidam Sarvam. I have created such a beautiful world for you all to enjoy. I have created a country of plenty. That's what God says. I have created everything in abundance. Share it equitably and enjoy. Share it equitably and enjoy. You are today talking about inequality. Last week, Joseph Stiglitz, the Nobel laureate, was there, Azim Premji University. We were also invited, we were all there. He was talking why the economy crumbles because of the inequality in the society. Of course, he has done a lot of research in this area, for which he was given the Nobel Prize. Inequity is never prescribed on the Indian ethos. Share it equally and enjoy. Second example is, there was a Greek sculptor named Amphidius. He makes beautiful statues. They are all decorating on the top of the mountain, top of the palaces and top of the hills. At the end of it, he gives a bill to the finance minister. Finance minister, as all finance people do, they never pass the bill. 5% cut, 10% cut. This finance minister cut the bill by 50%. I will pay only 50% of you. Phidias was very unhappy. He went to the king and made a complaint. Sir, I gave a bill to the finance minister. He has cut my bill by 50%. He said, go and meet the finance minister. He goes to the finance minister, asks him, sir, on what ground you have cut my bill by 50%? Finance minister said, I am strong in finance. I have a valid reason, a scientific reason for cutting your bill by 50%. You have made beautiful statues. They are all on the top of the hills, top of the tower, top of the palaces. We are able to see only the front side of the statue. Nobody is able to see the back side of the statue. Therefore, I will pay only 50% of the bill. To that, Phidias said, sir, you and I don't see the back side of the statue. Gods from the heavens see the back side of the statue also. I have reached the same level of perfection in every inch of the statue. I will not compromise in the quality of the statue because you and I don't see the back side of the statue. Drucker says, I got a shock in my life. I have done many things in my life not realizing God is watching all my actions. He is a sculptor who reaches perfection even in those areas where only God sees. After reading this article, before that I used to go to all the temples like all of us. I have gone to Meenakshi temple, Madurai Meenakshi temple, Kashi Visalakshi temple, Tiruchi Agilandeshwari temple, Kanchi Kamakshi temple. How many of us are allowed to go inside the sanctum sanctorium, which is 8 feet by 8 feet? Except the chief priest, nobody will be allowed to go inside. But I asked the chief priest after listening to this article, how is the goddess on the backside? They all said, the goddess is as beautiful, as perfect as you see on the front side. For the sculptor who is creating the Kamakshi through his chisel and a hammer, need not bother about the beauty of the backside of the goddess because nobody is going to see. All of us stand for 18 hours to have a darshan of 2 seconds in Venkateshwara Balaji. How many of us see the backside of Balaji? For your information, Balaji is as beautiful, as perfect as you see on the front side. Because for the sculptor, when I am working, I am bringing divinity through my hands from that stone. I cannot compromise on the quality of the work that I am doing. This is not for price. You compare your performance today with your performances today. You compare your performance tomorrow with your performance today. Ask the question, am I evolving? Am I improving? Then automatically you will be able to see perfection in your work. Whatever talent that God has given us, it's a gift from God. I must be able to make full utilization of that gift so that I do something which will be useful to the humanity, which will be useful to the society. When once you pick up this, I think you become a master in whatever chosen field. There is no such thing as superior work, inferior work. is only karma, agarma and vikarma. If you do any work with passion, there is divinity in it. There is one full chapter in Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says, I reside in all those areas.
Yes, 11th chapter.
11th chapter. The essence of it is wherever there is divinity, wherever there is perfection, I am there. Among the Vrishas, I am the Ashwatha. Among the monks, I am the Maseshu, Marvasisha. Wherever there is perfection, wherever there is excellent, divinity lies. I'll just quote one, then I think I'm overstepping my time. There was a traffic constable in Madras Music Academy Junction. We didn't have traffic signals in those days. The role of a traffic constable is to regulate. That means in the four-corner road, you have to regulate the traffic on two sides to make sure that the flow is smooth on the remaining two sides. Whenever you are stopped on the traffic junction, you get worked up. Why do young people jump the red signal whenever the red signal comes? They are not patient to wait for those 2 minutes. You get irritated when somebody stops. One day this traffic constable, his name is Natarajan.
Dancing.
He was,
Dancing.
yeah. He was reflecting to himself, my God, in this life you have given me the role of a traffic constable. My job is to irritate 50% of the population in Chennai city. Because out of 4 streets, 2 streets I let stop. Therefore, I am irritating 50% of the population. Therefore, he told himself, can I bring a new dimension to my work? He went to a dance master, learned the basic steps in dancing. He started dancing in the middle of the music academy junction. You will have that stop signal, do this, change the step and then do this. He started dancing in the middle of the road. It was the talk of the town. Everybody in Chennai during that time wanted to be stopped in the music dancing. I don't want to get a green signal and get a clearance. I want to get stopped so that during those 3 minutes I can see the person dancing. He brought a new dimension to his work. He was seen in the cover pages of all the leading dailies at that point in time. You can be a sweeper, be the best sweeper in the world. Somebody can be the chief justice or the chief minister. He is doing the work only for the sake of the salary. He is an ordinary laborer. But if you are driven by a passion to do the work, where you find a happy expression for your inner talents, you reach divinity. You reach divinity, right? All of us have talents. Can you spot the talent? That's a Swabhava and Swadharma. Can you bring that inner talent so that you will be able to reach dizzy heights of excellence in your own work? You reach perfection, you reach satisfaction, everything you get. Thanks for the opportunity.
The Amrita Bindu Upanishad begins with the words, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshayo. It is indeed the mind that is the cause of men's bondage and liberation. The mind that is attached to the sense objects leads to bondage, but while the same being dissociated leads to liberation. Thank you, sir. I have great pleasure in introducing our next speaker of the day, Reverend Dr. Alan Samuel Palama. He currently teaches social ethics in the Department of Theology and Ethics at the United Theological College, Bangalore. He earned his doctorate in ethics under the supervision of the eminent ethicist Professor Robin Gill from the University of Kent, UK. He has researched in the area of Indian Christian managerial ethics and Indian Christian contribution to healthcare. He has published 2 recent publications, which are Paul Tillich's Twist to Psychology, Implications for the Continuing Conversations Between Science and Theology, and I Believe, Help My Unbelief, Delineating Healthcare and Faith-Based Engagement. We are eager to listen to you.
I'm deeply grateful to the organizers of this conference, especially Sri Gopal. Thank you very much for having me here. The topic for today is Managerial Excellence through Indian Ethos. Now, sorry, I think the picture speaks 1,000 words, so I'll probably use a PowerPoint. Sorry for that. Why the United Theological College? Why an outsider here? And I think the organizers have, I think the United Theological College, India Post released a commemorative stamp for UTC's effort in nation building. And this term was actually used by Gandhiji when he visited United Theological College in 1927. And right at the inception time, he actually identified this particular institution, though it was a quote-unquote Christian one in colonial time, to be a benchmark in Indian Christian thinking about how effective it was in terms of propagating Indian ethos. And that is why over 100 years this institution still has stood for this very deeply, that we need to drink from our own wells. Now, if you look at these three terms, there are these similarities, and Dr. Sharma was talking about going back to the root of it. And what interested me in your own mission statement was the last two lines, so beautifully said. The rest of it are almost similar to any business schools that you find in terms of the mission that you hold on to. And the last two lines was what interested me, and I read out from this plaque here, which says, with a holistic concern for ethics, environment, and society. Ethics, environment, and society. And that's why if you look at these three words, now, economics, ecology, and ecumenism, or societal holistic management of society, it all comes from the Greek root oikos, which means actually household. It's basically management of the household. What does it mean in our own Indian terms? The Griha Prabandha Shastra, which we always had it right from the beginning, to manage the household. We were talking about the joint family system some time back. It's again going back to how to manage that household. Eco, and eco. Oikos, economics, ecology, and ecumenism. Economics as being the management of the household's financial resources. Ecology, the management of the household's physical resources. And ecumenism, the management of the household's moral, ethical, and spiritual resources amidst a plurality of values. I think to go back again I said, to drink from our old wells is to actually dig deep, and then you would find water. You don't need to go elsewhere searching for water. It's right within, and that water needs to be drunk, not the borewell one.